Hello, everyone, and welcome back. We're into the final part of LINX118. Now we've got Guillaume Mazoyer. It's another remote presentation, but he's going to be talking about Peering Manager and simplifying peering with open source. Thank you.
Hello, everybody. I think I'm on. So my name is Guillaume. English version of my name is William. And I'm here to talk about Peering Manager as an opportune solution for managing peering in a way of BGP related configuration and things like that. So Peering Manager started because of a real simple issue. BGP session management. Setting them up is simple. Keeping track of sessions a bit more hard if you have a lot of communities and policies, and if you have hundreds or thousands of sessions. And if you manage them manually, it's a bit boring. Also, otherwise to do because it's a lot of copy pasting, a lot of copy and pasting of configuration over routers and things like that. So that was the general idea behind creating Peering Manager. What can be a little bit after is finding new peers should be simple as possible. And of course, engineers are lazy. And I'm an engineer, I'm lazy. So I know that being lazy as an engineer is a good thing because we don't want to do stuff manually too often. So that's the main reason why Peering Manager started. So what Peering Manager is actually, it is a Python project with a web interface. It's based on Django, on the Django framework, with PostgreSQL as a database and Redis as a caching database. There is a bunch of stuff coming with the project, like a Docker images to set up a working stack pretty easily. The REST API of Peering Manager is the first class citizen here. We want the REST API to be as extensive as possible so you can introduce Peering Manager in your automation stack that you may already have. And we also have an integration with the Napalm library to allow you to push configuration to routers or get data out of routers and to bring them into Peering Manager as well. Peering Manager integrates other tools such as PeeringDB, which is the industry standard for peering data across all networks. And we also introduced IXAPI as a second third-party tool that we can interoperate with to get data from IXAPI. I know that LINX, for instance, proposed an IXAPI, so Peering Manager can communicate with that API. Peering Manager is under license under Apache 2.0 license, is available on GitHub. It's free and open source, and it will stay like this. There is no feature hidden behind a paid subscription or stuff like that. Why do we provide a BGP source of truth? Because Peering Manager is actually a BGP source of truth. It helps in configuring BGP, and by BGP I mean external BGP across a network by adding, updating, or deleting peering sessions. The idea is to know what you want to have on your network in general and be able to dispatch it automatically using either your automation stack you have, or using what Peering Manager proposes out of the box. The idea also is to have as many details as possible, so a peering session can have an autonomous system, the IPs, the policies assigned to a peering session, the communities assigned to it, And all of this without having to write complex or long YAML or JSON files that you have to parse after that. Peering manager also propose a friendly, some kind of friendly, because I'm a network engineer. I'm more accustomed to the terminal stuff, so I try to make HTML and things like that a bit friendly to me, but it's not always friendly to everybody. But it provides a web interface that can help you basically in managing all everything about your peering workflow, like pairing with a new autonomous system, adding a new session, connecting to a new internet exchanges, creating a new BGP group, etc., etc. The tool is highly specialized, and by that I mean that it only try to manage BGP for you. You still have to do things in the tool, but it tries to do pretty much everything, but it will do only this. There is no other magic trick behind the tool. It's a database that can help you in creating a BGP configuration and an interface to manage that database. Here is pretty much how it's structured. It is structured. So there is a backend which I call a database. So it's PostgreSQL. There is a front end which talks to the database. There is an API which also talks to the database. The API is basically another front end, but designed for other tools to integrate with Peering Manager. And Peering Manager can talk to PeeringDB and to your router. PeeringDB via the REST API, to the router via SSH or netconf mostly. And user will interact either via the API or the UI. We have a bunch of features to come that will come in the future, such as the bringing up the write capability to AX API. One of the ideas to bring the AX API write capability is to help you in, for instance, changing a MAC address during a maintenance on an IXP. So let's say you want to change your router that is connected to LINX. So you probably have to change the MAC address to connect that router and bring the session back up. So Ping Manager will try to help you in doing so in the future. The workflow of a peering session, and by that we mean having different states for a peering session, like that peering session is requested, that peering session is created, that peering session is configured, or needs to be removed, or other kind of states for a workflow to complete. We also want to expose API endpoints for you to create your own peering portal. Such portal already exists for some big networks like Facebook, Google, Amazon, or other big networks. So the idea is to bring the required endpoints for you to just put some pieces together and create a portal to provide to the external world, so other networks can ask peering session to your network automatically, and it will be approved more or less automatically on your end. Data we want to export also on RightDB on a Git repository to even more automate stuff for you. We also want to interface with Git repository to import templates. We'll see that a little bit later, how templates can help you in generating config via Peering Manager. There is a mailing feature including Peering Manager to send peering requests, and mostly to send peering requests or maintenance information to your peers. We'd like to improve that feature to have a more complex workflow that is more integrated into the life cycle of a session. Like when a session goes down, an email automatically is automatically sent to the peer the session is set up with, so that you can inform that peer that session is going down. Something might be wrong. Can you check on your end? And we also have ideas about integrating with other sources of truth like Netbox, Nautobot, or other. And we also have a UI work ongoing to bring some dark theme to Peering Manager. So I will actually show you a bunch of screenshots so you can have a look at what Peering Manager actually is. So this the autonomous system I manage. After creating my autonomous system, I can go into Internet Exchange, and thanks to PeeringDB as well, I can click on the import button and well as the prefixes for each Internet Exchange. It will import all of this automatically. Once it's imported, I go to that to this screen, and I can see that I'm peering on LINX in London. That LINX have these prefixes, and I can start managing the LINX Internet Exchange from my point of view on Peering Manager. I can discover the peers that are on LINX automatically, and I can add them to my instance by clicking add for each peers. I can have a router that is connected to the LINX Internet Exchange, and I can generate a config for it automatically thanks to the peering not the peering but the templating system that is built inside Peering Manager. You can participate to the development of Peering Manager because it's an open source software, of course. So there is a demo online that you can go by following the links. You can open issues, you can create pull requests, you can help documenting the software because not everything is always documented. And we also accept feature requests, and you can also sponsor the software, which is a big help in general for open source. We have a few sponsors in Peering Manager, such as LINX, for instance, DKIX, DataX, and Crewvider as well. And I'm pretty much done with what I had to say. There is a Slack channel available in the NetDev community. There is GitHub discussion set up on the GitHub page for you to talk about things. If you have any questions, you can go either on GitHub on the Slack channel. I can always use a demo as well. So that's it for me.
Much. Do we? Yes, round of applause, please.
Thank you.
Yes, do we have any questions from the audience for Guillaume? Oh, yes, we do. Yeah, Ivan.
Excuse me. Ivan Beveridge. I'm wondering So you integrate with peering DB and so on. What gets updated if, for example, somebody who has a peering DB account sort of increases their number of prefixes or whatever? Does that get imported, and do you get prompted to kind of push out any updates that apply to your peering sessions or anything like that?
So basically, once peering record is updated in peering DB, it will take time to get into peering manager because there is a task that needs to be run periodically, and this will get into peering manager automatically at some point. When that task runs, you can run that task every 5 minutes, or every 10 minutes, every 5 hours. It's up to you. And there is also a task to automatically dispatch configuration on your router. So if, for instance, somebody updates the max prefixes on peering DB, after it gets pulled into peering manager, and then the task to push the config on the router will run, it will tell you that a bunch of prefix limits might have changed, and you can purge them automatically without having to do it by yourself. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you very much, Ivan. Any more questions? Okay, thank you very much indeed.
Thank you.